Hello, this is Robert Beverly for Preaching 610, and I'm going to be telling the story of Jephthah from the book of Judges, chapters 10 and 11. The story begins with a little background information about the Israelites. The Israelites had gone away from serving the Lord and had turned to the Baals and to the Ashtoreths and to the other gods and idols of the peoples around them. And the Lord became very angry with them because of this idolatry and delivered them into the hands of the Ammonites as punishment. The Ammonites conquered them and oppressed them for over 18 years, and they cried out to the Lord to deliver them. But at first, he would not. Eventually, though, they cried out to the Lord and they said, "Do with us whatever it is that seems fit to you, only rescue us now." And they put away their idols and they turned back to the worship of the Lord. And he could no longer bear to see their misery. And then we hear about Jephthah. Jephthah was the son of Gilead and a member of the clan of Gilead, but his mother was a prostitute. Gilead had other children and other sons with his wife. And when they grew to be adults, they excommunicated Jephthah. They said to him that he would not have an inheritance among their family because he was the son of another woman. And so Jephthah fled and went to the land of Tob. And it was in the land of Tob that a gang of ruffians and scoundrels grew around him. And Jephthah was a mighty warrior. Now the elders of Gilead had gotten together and made an agreement among themselves that whoever would be the one that would lead the charge against the Ammonites to deliver them, that he would be the head over the whole clan. And they went to Jephthah and they made that offer to him, that if he would deliver them from the hand of the Ammonites, that he would be head over the whole clan. And they had this discussion. Jephthah said, "Didn't you despise me and kick me out of the clan because of my mother, and now you're coming here to ask me for this help?" But they said, "Nevertheless, we're here now, and if you'll do this thing, you'll not only be back, but you'll be the head of us all." And so Jephthah says, "Will you really do that? If I go up against the Ammonites and the Lord delivers them into my hand, will you really make me head of the whole clan?" They affirmed this. Even at Mizpah before the Lord, they repeated all of their promises and all that was said, and so Jephthah took the job. But he made a promise to the Lord, a vow, that if the Lord would give them into his hand, that when he returned home in victory, the first thing, the first living creature to cross his threshold, that he would make a burnt sacrifice as an offering to the Lord. And so Jephthah went up against the Ammonites, and the Lord delivered them into his hand. And whenever they were returning home, with the sound of victory and the timbrels ringing, what came through the door first was Jephthah's one and only child. His daughter, who had no brothers or sisters, she was dancing to the sound of the timbrels being rung in victory. And when she came out, Jephthah was overcome with grief. He fell to the ground, he tore his clothes, and he cried out. But he knew that that was a promise that he was going to have to keep to the Lord. So he cried out, "What is it that I have done? I've made this promise, and now I have to sacrifice my only daughter." And his daughter, who was not yet of marriageable age, came to him, and she said, "Father, keep the promise that you've made to the Lord, and do to me all that it is that you said that you would do. Only give me 2 months to go with my friends and mourn the fact that I will never get a chance to be married." And so Jephthah granted his daughter her 2 months, and she went and she took them to mourn with her friends, and when she returned, he sacrificed her. And the scripture records that it's for that reason that young Israelite women, even to the time of the writing, still take 4 days a year to commemorate Jephthah's daughter. And this has been the story of Jephthah, his daughter, and the victory against the Ammonites. Thank you.